Hey Aquarius, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your 4th week of February pick a card reading, although you can listen to it at any time. Anytime that the title resonates with you, there's probably information in there for you because the timeline is fluid. And since it is a general reading, there may be nothing that resonates, and that's okay too because I do personal readings. And you can visit my Etsy page for an email reading. You could choose one of the ones I have, or you can design your own because I have the decks listed. You can just choose however many cards you want me to pull for you and to dig into your specific situation. If at any time during the reading you hear something that does seem like it's going to help you, that you haven't heard before, or that is going to serve you on your path in some way, hit that like button. And if you hear something that you feel is going to help someone else, someone that you know that could use the information, please share my channel with them as well, and it will help me grow as a new baby station. Okay? And please comment below, and if you want to talk about anything that comes out here, because I do talk kind of fast, and if you want to ask me questions, I would be happy to slow down and to exchange philosophical and just have some fun talking more and digging into these things or hearing how it's applying to your situation. I have readings come out every week and then one a month. So if you subscribe, you can keep up with how we're breaking down your monthly energy, which this month is it's the Ten of Swords. So it's being at the very end of a thought spiral or a thought cycle that isn't serving you. So it does talk about a new one beginning, being free from this kind of burdensome mental energy. And this week is about partnership. So if you want to see your annual and your monthly, where I pulled these cards and shuffle on camera and talk more about them, they're linked below, so you can watch those. I am using Australian Feather Magic and Law of Attraction Tarot. I have stack 1, stack 2, stack 3, and they're timestamped below, so you can skip right to it, which is what we're going to do. We're going to get right to it. Aquarius, stack 1. You have the Page of Swords, the Hermit, and Endurance. So when it comes to partnership, we're going to talk about, with this Page of Swords, with that there's an immaturity of communication, and there can be, and their advice here is going to be on this partnership and wanting it to endure, wanting it to keep moving forward and not end in this Ten of Swords energy. This is, the swords in this guy's back feel like the miscommunication that comes from this, and how can we move beyond this and keep this partnership enduring into the future. And that is going to have to do with the work that this Hermit does to mature this into the next level. So the Hermit, you might want to take some time and look at some of Gemini's readings this month, because they have had the Hermit as their theme and this whole month, and so everything has been about accountability, responsibility, releasing yourself from codependency and that kind of thing. So the Hermit takes responsibility for his role in every conflict and doesn't waste time with blame, and also asks for accountability in his partner, his or her partner, but doesn't just ask for accountability and expect accountability, but exhibits it and goes first and doesn't waste time blaming, and realizing that partnership implies two people, and every conflict you do have a role in that conflict, even though you might not see it and you might want not to sit with it, and you might want to focus on what the other partner can do to make things right and what they did wrong and what they said wrong. But you have to match that energy, because if you want to be in a relationship with an adult, be an adult, because that person you're looking for that communicates that way, that is mature in that way, they're looking for someone that's going to match that, and you have to be able to match that. An example would be a conflict I recently had with my partner. It's not important what it was about, but I was trying to get acknowledgement for what I felt like he had overlooked or hadn't said, whatever he hadn't given me in that moment. And tried to, and he said, but I still feel like you're being a little bit blamey. And at first I was triggered and I wanted to respond, how am I going to get what I want out of the situation? And it's like, hang on now. How about instead of demanding or asking for what I want, why don't I show him what I want? And I said, okay, so here's the Scooby-Doo rundown of what happened. Here's what happened. Here's what I experienced. Here's what I assumed. Here's the expectations I had. And so this is why I behaved the way I did, and I apologize. And got out of that mindset of, oh, well, he should have this or he should have that. I was like, but as this hermit, I had to own and have accountability and own my role in the situation, and therefore be the adult that I was expecting him to be. And we did move forward and we did work it out. And so that is the kind of thing that they're asking you to do, that you have to be able to show up the way you're expecting the other one to show up, and communicate in that mature, advanced way for this partnership to endure past this. All right, stack 2. You have the Queen of Pentacles, Temperance, and Balance. So Balance and Temperance are echoing each other about harmonizing and balancing light and dark, effort and rest, focus and having no expectations. That middle road, that blending of the perfect combination of things, that there's not an either or answer, but the right combination of both. Like fiddling with the faucets, if you don't have one that's the one, that you have the hot and the cold, but that come out of one, and you got to fuss with them to get the right temperature. That's kind of what you're doing with your energy here. And there's a bit of a call towards mindfulness of your direction as you move towards this being an ending, and you're moving towards a new beginning, and you want this new beginning to be successful where this partnership is concerned. And so they want you to be mindful about balancing your emotional connection with this person and overworking towards material success, because I feel like that can be something that does create imbalance and can lead to an ending. Kind of like if you've watched, it's a classic example, but I am watching the Orville again with my kid, and so I am recently reminded of Captain Mercer and his wife and how he was at work too much and there was imbalance, and they couldn't sustain the relationship with him being so hyper focused on work. And there is that need to be balanced and balance these things, and you can't have all work and all play or all these things. That this partnership has to work through a blending of your energy, and to be mindful of that. Okay, stack 3. Where is it? 7 of Swords, Queen of Cups, and co-creation. Co-creation in this feather deck. The two parties co-creating are you and the universe. In this deck specifically, it says it specifically in the guidebook, a partnership with the universe, if I remember that correctly. So this is a reminder in general. I think I said this in the monthly when this came out, that this partnership is a reminder that you aren't doing things alone. You don't have to do this alone, and you are partnering, and that you have the most powerful partner of all, the universe, the divine itself. And so, also, normally, when I get court cards, I almost always, 99.9% of the time, read them as you, who I'm reading for, as either energy that you need to access or energy that you need to overcome, a lens that you need to put on, how you're presenting in some way. It's very rare that I read it as another person coming in, but in this sense, with the partnership here, it does feel like this is someone that you are connecting with. And this is going to be someone that is trying to offer you love, someone that is trying to offer you support. And so this Seven of Swords does talk a little bit about withholding information, withholding parts of yourself, not giving totally, not being able to connect completely, giving so much, connecting partially, but keeping yourself a little bit apart. And so there is a sense here of asking you to not withhold anything from this Queen of Cups that is trying to offer you this love and support, because of the way there's guidance here to not be trying to do it all yourself. But if you want to make the best use of this help that's trying to come in, and to be in your integrity about it, you can't be holding back and keeping things to yourself. And you have to be willing to meet them where they are and offer to them as fully and with reciprocity, and receive, not just, you have to be able to receive. So not necessarily, I'm hearing now, not just about holding parts of yourself back, but holding your heart, the opening small in a way that you aren't able to receive and believe that what's being offered to you is real. And it absolutely is real at this time, that the universe is trying to help you and trying to co-create with you. And so that isn't regular material, like I like you because you're cute kind of love. That is divine love and divine partnership. And so there's no point to try to hold yourself back from it. And but I can see where it's hard to accept. I can see where it would be hard to receive, because it's so rare, and it's something we don't experience very often in life when we're offered that kind of unconditional love. And so it can take some time to believe that this is actually happening and it is actually real for you, and that you can trust it. And that's the message for you here today, Aquarius. Okay? Talk to you in a week. Thank you.